Welcome back to Beauty and the Burj. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest. Her name is Abbie Kadom. She is the founder of Hope ML UAE. She is a single mother who's been living in Dubai for
Like 20 years.
20
Yeah.
years now, and she has done so much for her community. At Hope ML UAE, they actually help provide essential need items to single mothers and families in need. And yeah, I'm so ready to have you here.
I
Welcome.
know we literally manifested
We
this.
did. We were at an event. When was
I
this?
don't know, a few months, June,
June, and we said
maybe.
to like we were talking about
Yeah.
how we met, how it came across, my story of how I fell in love essentially with Hope ML UAE, the work that you do, and how I can't stop yapping about it to anybody and everybody I meet. But Abby, I want to ask you before we get into all of this and start crying
I know. Guys, apologies in
in
advance.
advance. We're both
Yeah.
criers. Before we get into that, how would you describe yourself currently?
I would describe myself as just a regular gal with a really sensitive and very big heart who always wants fairness and justice and who really, I hope, I always say that I hope people, if one day, like, you know how they always say that, like, if anything, if I were to die, someone who lived with integrity, like just doing the right thing no matter what.
Like that's your life's
That's my
legacy.
yeah, like that's every day I'm like, is this, it's not about how you feel or what's gonna happen to you. It's about doing the right thing. And it's not easy doing the right thing,
No,
but I'd rather do the right thing and be able to sleep at night than, you know, the opposite of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's rewind a little.
Okay.
Before Hope ML UAE, before the 20 years in Dubai, what was life like for Abby? Did you always kind of notice bits and spurts of your empathy coming in? Because I imagine to start such an initiative of this scale, you have to have moments where you're like, and you just
Oh,
feel for people.
girl, this started when, like, me and my sister literally talk about how, like, first of all, I grew up in Toronto. I'm Iraqi, Iraqi Canadian. I grew up in Toronto, so I'm from, that's my city. That's where my heart is. That's like, up until I was like in my 20s till I moved here. And me and my sister talk about, in Toronto we have very cold winters, and we remember, like, in elementary school, I would be heartbroken for the kids who didn't have gloves.
Oh my God.
I was like a kid. Like I don't even know if I had gloves,
The beginning days.
The beginning days. I mean, and then it would just kind of my heart. And then I guess that's why I always say, like, things like this, it's like already you have it innate in you. And then God puts you in certain life experiences to crack open your purpose.
So what led you to coming to Dubai?
Well, my dad moved here
Okay.
in the early like 2000s, 1999, and then he was like, "Girls, you got to come here. You're gonna love it." And we were like, "No," because we were like, "We're not gonna move there." We lived our whole life in Canada.
Yeah.
Honestly, we came for a vacation and we absolutely loved it. And then we went back, and then like a year or two later, we all just moved here, and then we've just been here like ever since. I did go back for about 4 years when I had my son, and then I moved back in 2014 and just
So like how old were you when you first moved?
like 22.
Oh my
Yeah, I was like a
gosh.
baby.
So like the latter part of your formative adulthood was
Yeah.
really here in the city. You saw
Yeah,
everything change.
everything. I mean, I remember that's what I loved about Dubai. At that time, it was like one big family, like we had like two malls. It was Burjuman and City Center.
So
We only had like the Hard Rock Cafe, which is no longer there, where, like, American University is. And there was something about, even though it was a city, it really felt like a community. And as you know, that's something that I very much long for, like that, people coming together. So, and also, mind you, like being a kid who was Arab but living in a Western society, I never felt like I belonged anywhere, like you're too Arabic to be with the West, and you're too Western to be with the Arabs. So you're always kind of like in this middle space. So when I came here, and it was just so nice to like hear my language being spoken, and hearing the adhan, and just like I don't know, it just really I guess it was something I was longing for.
Yeah.
So
It was a calling for you.
I swear.
Oh my God, I feel like that's like a collective story for all of us. Isn't that
Really?
incredible? I mean, it's always people
Oh
that
yeah,
come for a short visit and you'd never even think, right? It never even crossed your mind. You
absolutely.
could be having other plans. Like for me, my plans were always, I want to live in America when I grow up. Like I want to go there after
Yeah.
university. Come here for 4 days, a weekend, I think, visit with a couple of my friends, and I
Well,
never
you know
left.
what it is? I really believe everything's
Yeah.
destined. You know what I mean? You have to be like, I think about it all the time. If I was in any other place in the world, would I have done Hope? Would Hope have come
Mm,
about?
it's all written.
It's all written. I'm such a Alchemist fan, so that's
Same.
that's like another motto that I live by. Everything's written. You
Written.
just have to like be grateful so you can notice it, you know?
And be open to whatever
Yeah.
opportunities is knocking at your door.
Yeah, because you know, that's funny. I was listening to a podcast last night, actually. You know, Andy Cohen, right, from Bravo.
Yes. Oh,
Sorry,
the call her
yeah,
daddy.
yeah. I'm a Real Housewives fan for
Same.
like 50,000. Like that's my.
Same.
And he was saying that how he had wanted to apply for this job at this other network, and he didn't get it. And he was so disappointed. But then shortly after, he ended up getting the job at Bravo. And as you know, the rest is history because Bravo is synonymous with Andy
Everything.
Cohen now, right? And it really made me think like, yeah, all of the things that I always wanted to work out that didn't actually were the best things that ever happened in my
They were
life.
always leading you to where you're supposed to be now.
Always.
Alhamdulillah. So then what was the turning point that led to Hope ML UAE? Like now
Well,
you became a single mom. You gave birth in Canada, then you came back here.
actually, I gave birth here,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I moved back to Canada when Yusuf was about a year old,
Okay.
and then we moved back when he was 4. And even just in Canada, like yes, I was a single mom, but I was very fortunate. I had my family, I had support, so
Amazing.
I didn't have the same maybe worries and things that other single moms would. And I remember like every day I would take Yusuf to this, like we have the YMCA in Toronto, if you
Love
know, you
it.
know, and every morning they'd have like this baby kid play mummy time, and I would meet all these other single moms, and they tell me about like having to work 3 jobs and not having enough money and going to court and fighting for child support and all of these stories. And I remember every day I would walk home, I'd be like, you know what? One day I really am gonna, if I'm ever in a position to help single moms, I'm gonna do it, right? Like I didn't know, girl. At that time, I needed help myself. I didn't even know what I was doing with my life. But that's the beautiful thing. It's about intention. You don't need to have it figured out. If you really felt like, and I'm telling you, I thought about that every day leaving those ladies and walking home because I just
Yeah.
feel like I'm so lucky. I never worry about diapers or formula or anything for that matter. And honestly, like I've always just been that person that like people will come be like, somebody needs help, this person needs this, somebody needs that. And I would use, my uh bribery and try to get people to help. So like as you know, I've said this, I've talked about it, but when my brother died,
Mm.
it like literally, like till this day, I don't really think I'm 1,000% over it.
Yeah.
But that was the catalyst. Like that is what started Hope, because in my search, like I know I tell people all the time, like Hope is giving hope to people, help us, we're spreading hope. Selfishly, it's giving me hope,
Mm.
you
Because
know.
different things work for different people at the end of the day, right? This happens to speak to you. And I believe in so strongly in if it's clear to you, if there's a clarity in your heart and in your energy
Yep.
when that topic comes up, it's placed there for a
Yeah,
reason.
and like, look, what it would be such a travesty if I had gone through losing my mom, losing my brother, getting through a divorce, having a really hard time being the eldest, like just it hasn't been an easy road. I'm
Mm.
grateful for everything, but it hasn't. Imagine going through all of that and then not using that to like
Not
not
turning
only,
pain into
yeah,
purpose.
and like help people
Yeah.
in your own way, something that you can identify with. And as a mom, as someone going through someone, there's been so many times where I've said, God, I just wish someone would, like I would, like if I could, if anyone just to help me in this moment. How many of us have been in
Oh
those
my God,
predicaments?
always.
And when we did get that help, it's like the weight of the world gets lifted from your chest. If I'm able to help even one mom once a year feel that, then it is my responsibility to do that, because I've been so fortunate. I'm so blessed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, another thing. The more you have, it's not to keep, it's to help. Like again, you don't need all that, because I've lived with much less.
And I think it's that mindset that is inherently abundant that is what keeps bringing more blessings to you. Not that
Absolutely.
I don't think you're even the type of person, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know you that personally, but I feel like you're not even the type of person that would help because you feel like it will bring back something. I think you just do it because you genuinely want to do it and leave the
Absolutely.
rest to God.
You know what's funny? I always tell people, I'm like, people confuse, like, hope is a mission. But I also, as an individual person, as Abby, I also have my things of like doing and giving that are private that I don't, it's
صح.
between me. It has nothing to do with hope, you
صح.
know? And, you know, this is, I'll be very honest. Like, I get so icky because I'm like, you know, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to, this isn't about me. It really isn't. But at the same time, what has gotten us here is me being, because people see me, so they have a face to, like, you know, like,
Yes.
oh, I have a problem with hope, I go to Abby. I want to donate, I go to Abby. I have a question. So people feel like I build a trust with these people, right? But if I could do this wearing a curtain over my face,
Anonymously, I know it's the
but
dream.
who's gonna give diapers to a weirdo anonymously? You
I'm
know what I
even gonna
mean?
touch up on that later because you know with the whole pageant and everything, I was just like, I don't know. I also have that feeling that it's like I don't want it to seem like it's performative because it was always in the back of my mind.
See?
I just always needed the courage and the push and the signs to keep coming, and obviously to be in a certain position in my life where I had the space to do it,
Yes.
and then it happened. But I think people know. I
Yeah.
think it resonates when it's real.
You know what it is? Because you just see, like, you're seeing glimpses of it on social media. You're not seeing me driving around because I have a small car back and forth to DIP to pick up diapers. You're not seeing me, like, you know, the other day I had to go to the warehouse, right? And you know, like, okay, this is our girl, this is our ride or die #1 cheerleader of hope right here. You know, you're on our volunteer WhatsApp group as well.
Yes.
And, you know, we have so many amazing volunteers. And the other day I had to go and get diapers. And I could have easily just said, hey, everybody, like, who wants to help me at the storage room? Who's free tomorrow? And we could have finished like a 3-hour thing in maybe an hour. But I live for those moments because it's just me and my intention. Nobody
love
knows
it.
that I'm there. I'm doing this thing. I'm not videotaping it. I'm
Yeah.
not being like, hey guys, so I'm here today, you know? No, because that keeps me connected to like the mission, you know, like what we're doing. And honestly, those are the best moments. Those are what recharge me. Those are, so I always laugh. I'm like, I wonder, people think like they just see, you know, all of the stuff also lately, like of getting hope, getting awareness and
Right.
being on social media and, you know, being at events and stuff like that. It's never about me.
Yeah.
And I hope people, although I have to like, it's like, I know I'm in the front
It
and
just
I'm
so
doing this.
happens it really does help raise awareness, and I think there should be really no shame to that. That's where I'm coming to that's what I'm coming to terms
Yeah,
with at
because
least.
I have
Yeah.
after 5 years
Yeah.
now, and I think that's why now, you know, I'm more visible because
Yeah.
I've come to terms with that. When I'm like, I really am a believer that it's between you and God. He knows
Sah.
my intentions. Like, so
Correct.
I'm not afraid of people. I'm afraid of, like, you know, when I sleep at night, like, I want to sleep always with my conscience is clear and that I feel like good about, again, back to the integrity thing that we talked about, right? So that's why we do this now, because awareness is the only way that we're going to be able to help the families, right? So that people know, hey, there's these stories going on. There's some families. And you know what? You know, people want to help.
They are so ready to help. I had so many
Ugh.
doubts. I was like, is this going to work? How does she do this? How does
No,
that do this?
you really, in the beginning, you know, it's a little bit hard, right? Because you're trying to build, like, you know, people to know what you're doing and understand what you're doing it and understand your intention of why you're
Right.
doing it. And, you know, over time, people start trusting you and people start seeing, like, and you know, how our group is very transparent. We always post when the families get the items. So I'll have moms be like, oh my God, like, I saw my stroller, or I saw my kid's favorite toy, or I saw that. So there's a connection now to hope, right? When you
Yes.
think of hope, you think of your child. So we've built like a community around this. But yeah, it's really difficult. But I think you know in your heart, and then also, like, we have a saying in Canada, like the proof's in the pudding or whatever, meaning that like
The proof's in the proof's in the pudding.
I was gonna say the fruit's in the pudding, but that's an Arab.
I know, I was gonna be
That's
like,
an Arab
"What?"
dessert right there. Okay. If I believe, like, because hope has been successful is because of the attention, right? Like, if this was a bad thing, or like we're like alternative motives or whatever,
Sah.
I don't think it would be where it is today.
It wouldn't be as sustainable.
No.
So I wanted to ask you, I feel like I've maybe watched some interviews of you talking about this, but I forget, and I would love our viewers to also know. Is there a significance to the word Amel being used in the name?
Well, ML is my mom's name.
Okay.
Okay, and you know it's funny, when my mom died, I was 16. I've said the story that I told my sisters, I'm like, one day I'm gonna open a center, and it's gonna be called the ML Center, and it's gonna help all the moms, whoever needs help, even if she doesn't have anybody, she can just come there, and then like we'll all be there for her. Like she
Oh
needs
my gosh,
anything.
you've planted
Girl,
this.
imagine I was 6. That's why I tell you, nothing is coincidence. Like I'm not. It's not like I don't have no master plan.
Yeah.
Like there is no plan. Every day we wing it. Like we wake up, we're like, let's see what today is. And but that's what, again, about destiny and what's written for you. Like I was 16. What did I know? I didn't even know where. Like I didn't know I was gonna come here. I didn't know where life was gonna take me.
Were you raised by, was your mom mostly a single mom when she was raising
No, I
you?
had my dad and our
My
family.
gosh.
Yeah, but my mom, like, they moved like from Iraq to Canada. Like, this is like in the 80s, right? Like early 80s. So she was away from her family, So like, I saw that hand of like not having your people there. Like, I know she had my dad's family and stuff, but it's not the same being away from your family, living in a country, you don't know the language, you don't know anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
in the 80s, it wasn't like it was filled with as many like Arabs as it is now,
And
right?
no
So
social media, so it's not like you can like reach
no,
out for
you
help
can't even
anywhere.
call anytime. You have to get a card and like scratch a number and
Was
like
this
the
the
calling.
days of, what was that
The calling.
device in the 80s? The beeper? What do you call it?
Yeah,
Where you
no, this
beep?
was before the beeper
Oh,
even.
okay.
This is
Oh,
like when house line, like a phone, like you pick
like
up
a
and it's connected to
landline.
the wall.
Yeah.
You know
The
those.
memorization of number era.
Exactly, and like long distance was like 1 million dirhams a minute
Oh
because
my
it's like kind of like when
gosh.
like Wi-Fi first came
Good
online.
times. Though I've never
Yeah.
lived it, I feel it's good times.
So I've just always had this like, and then it just honestly, and you know what's so funny? Even the name, I remember like, imagine. So I said that, totally forgot about it. And when I did my little trip to Iraq, right? I remember, I'll never forget you, Ahmed Sendos. He said to me, Abby, you can't just go without a name. I'm like, this isn't a mission. It's just me going. Like, he's like, no, you should put a name to it because you promised everyone that you're gonna post this on like social media and stuff. So like, it'll be nice to have like a name. And he was like, give me any name and I'll make you a logo. And I was like, how about Hope, right? ML. And then he was like, okay. And then imagine, only after did I have that, like, oh my God, I cannot believe what I had said when I was 16 had like,
That's
you
when
know
it
how sometimes when
clicked.
things that you've thought about or want
Yes.
to manifest happens, but it takes you a couple of,
Years.
oh yeah, to like be like, oh my God, that's exactly what I had wanted.
You were, what's the word that they call? Foreshadowing
Yeah.
yourself. I love it. So then, from all the families that Hope ML UAE has managed to help in the span of its 5 years, right? Going into six next year. Wow,
Wow. Oh my
mashallah. I'm
God. Yeah.
shook. Because I saw you guys genuinely, yes,
From the
I think in the
beginning.
pandemic, and I can't believe,
Oh
what?
my God.
So from all these families, is there one moment that has like stayed with you as like one of the, I don't know, it's like really impacted you?
Um, Honestly, they all impact me. All of them. But there are certain families over the last 5 years that have a special place in my heart. And that's just because of what the mothers have endured. They're all single moms.
Yeah.
My heart, it's like, I know that what I'm giving them can never make up for what they have gone through. That makes sense,
Yeah, that does make sense.
So, and then the kids, because it's been 5 years, so you can imagine, right? Like I've started, they've come 2020 and now here we are. And like these kids have grown in this group. So, but honestly, every family, because
Yeah.
every story is sadder and
Spoken
sadder.
like a true
Yeah.
Abby. I didn't think you could pick just one.
No,
was
I
like,
can't. Honestly, I
yeah.
can't. I really can't. I wish I could help all of them. And I always dreamed that I could like make, I have this hope in my heart that one day I'm going to have that where I can, even if I can just change one mom's life, like significantly, like beyond the diapers and the formula, like all of this would have all been worth it,
Then yeah, you know that's like your one thing, like khalas.
Yes, like I just want to, I wish like, and and I pray and I know that this will happen because I think about it all the time, that I want to be able to offer some sort of assistance down the line where we can actually get these women back on their feet. Because that's like that's the win. I'll be honest, if I did not have my family, I don't know where I'll be right now. I would probably be in Canada working a retail jobs, couple of jobs to make. I'm being honest. Like I'm so fortunate. So I know that it took that support to get me to have the strength to stand on my legs.
Yeah.
That's all these women need. So everybody put it out there into the universe that that is what is going to happen one day.
So I'm sure a lot of people would like be keen to know, how do you measure, or if you do at all, how do you measure the amount of women or families that you've been able to help? Like, do you keep track of it
Yeah,
somehow?
we do.
What's that process like?
So we have anytime somebody needs any help, they have to fill out a form, right? So everything is already documented on that portal for the form. Then we have a secondary place where then the communication starts off by to get the approval is by emails, right? So everything is documented from the first family we've ever helped till now. In addition to that, Evelyn, over the 5 years, has kept a notebook of every single package, family, anything.
Evelyn, her life partner.
Oh yeah, I mean, I should have brought her. Honestly,
I know, right?
I know.
Next time,
she wouldn't any. She's such a homebody, but Evelyn, yeah, my life partner in all essence. Like the other day, I swear we were just sitting having our coffee, and I was like, Evelyn, like everything in my life, but you. Because if it wasn't for Evelyn, I wouldn't even be able to do Hope. I wouldn't be able to do any of that. But yeah, so back to she's the operations manager, right? So we have the double thing. And we do it because of transparency, really, just so that we have a record of who got the help, and also for fairness. Yeah. Just to ensure that everyone's got an equal amount, Like if someone messages me and says, I've only been helped once and it's been a few months and I have the items, then we're able to help, as opposed to somebody who's gotten help 5, 6 times, so that we just, because it's limited resources. So,
You want to make sure everybody gets their
I'd rather open a pack of diapers and give half to one mom and another half. That's my motto, Like, everyone gets something better than only one person getting everything.
So with that, what are some of the challenges that you guys face? Like, if you have to have that level of transparency, have there been moments where, I mean, I don't want to say it like this. I don't know, like people took
Scammers,
advantage, yes, of the situation.
Of course. And they know. They know.
One thing about Abbie, she's gonna tell y'all on Facebook, on Instagram,
and
sorry. I love those stories
I will always
too.
be myself, and they know. I will message them, and I'll be like, "I'm coming to pick up that stroller right now that you posted on that group," because it infuriates me.
Why, you see them reselling?
Yes, and no, and they tell on each other. Like a community. The Hope community is like, we look innocent from the outside.
Tight knit.
Right? We all have each other's back because they know, because it's about credibility. Like if, we have moms giving us amazing strollers that are worth thousands of dirhams, and she's entrusting that we give it to somebody that's truly in need. So if you come and and sometimes they really, like, their story is so heartbreaking and you want to give them everything. Then I see the stroller and I'm like, you better send that back, or else I'm driving up there and I'm getting it.
My gosh, the cheek. Imagine, what do you do? Even chat GPT?
No, and then you know what I say to them sometimes? Or they'll take diapers and I'll just say, you're not hurting me. You know who you're hurting? There's a mom sitting somewhere right now with her baby who's crying because she wishes she has one diaper, and you just took that, So, in the beginning, we used to get so angry. I used to take it so personal, like a sheriff, da-da-da, you know what I mean? Running them after, trying to find them. And then I'm like, Abbie, I also don't want to judge, you know what I mean? I don't know what kind of situation someone is. Maybe she needs to. So I'm trying to have, but doesn't mean that I'm going to let you
don't
get
take
away.
Advantage.
Exactly.
No, you're so right. So then how is it balancing all of this initiative that's been successfully running for 5 years, being a mom how old is your son now?
He's 16.
16, of a teenager.
I love teenagers. Teenagers.
We love them. And living in Dubai, what with the rising costs and everything, how?
I think I don't know if people know, but literally Hope is me and Evelyn. We don't have a team. We have a couple of volunteers and stuff, but the day-to-day operations, the social media platforms, the speaking to the moms, the getting the approvals, getting the donations, talking to sponsorships, doing all of that stuff, it really is a lot.
It's like a company without
anything. Exactly. Yeah, we obviously the only things we get is the donations. So we're completely nonprofit. But for example, we need a storage room. you know. And like here we are, like, you know, we have a storage room that, you know, I pay out of pocket, which I'm completely fine, but I dream about if I had a bigger space, I could take in more things. More things means more families, you know. I'd love to have a center where people could come on a Saturday, and instead of us to,
Volunteer.
yeah, and then and like people who need help can come, and we could be like, what do you need?
Oh,
Okay.
that's so
You know what I
nice.
mean? We pack everything instead of like now we have to courier everything. And obviously the cost of, as you said, everything's getting so expensive, where before it used to be like 15 dirhams for like 10 kgs. Now it's like 25 dirhams for 5 kgs. So I have to be so mindful of what I can give her when I want to give her like
I
everything.
know.
So, you know, it's just things like that. And honestly, a lot of our families live so far away, as you know. They live in like the outskirts, different
Ajman,
emirates,
Ras Al Khaimah.
Ajman, Qawaim, all that. Getting them the items, you know, it's hard. So we also dream of having like a truck and like all of these big things.
Inshallah,
Inshallah.
if somebody generous is
Anybody
watching,
out there who'd like to.
listen, if you're a company, this is a great way to get behind your CSR.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. A great volunteering, team building activity, you know, and as somebody who's in HR, I really can recommend that. You know, you come with the team, and it gives a different perspective when people actually go out and see how these families are living.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really have anything more to ask after that. I
Yeah.
think you've pretty much told me what I needed to know, which brings me now to the part where and how you and I cross paths. Why are we sitting here? This is not random at all.
No.
So, to give you guys context, we were at a pageant,
The
but it
cutest
was
pageant
like
ever.
a initiative pageant run
Yeah.
by really incredible people
Yes.
who do amazing things for children and families here as well in Dubai.
Yep.
And
Can
Abbie
we
and
give them
I,
a shout out?
yes, let's give them a
Birthday
shout out.
bliss.
Birthday Bliss.
Yes.
We also featured them actually. So they provide free birthdays for children who might not be able to afford it or have never experienced birthdays, which
Yeah,
is
yeah. Which
Dubai,
a lot
I
of the
love.
families are the Hope families,
Yeah.
right? Because, you know, it's the same
Oh,
communities.
amazing.
Yeah.
So it's all interconnected.
All of it. You know, we always help each other. So that's what I love. It's like really when I say it's like our sister group, it really is our sister group
Yeah.
because they're doing wonderful things for these kids.
Incredible.
You know?
So we were sitting next to each other
Yeah.
as judges. Of course,
The
how
worst judges
the heck,
probably
the worst judges,
crying our eyes
10
out.
for everybody across all boards. Abbie and I had to not look at each other at some point because tears would ensue. I don't even know what could have sent us to tears at that
No,
point.
you know what it was? No, stop being humble, girl. Stop being humble. First of all, it's all these little girls, okay, and they're in this pageant and they see a real life beauty queen standing there in front of them. You know, representation is so important, right? And like I never had that when I was growing up. I never saw an Arabic pageant queen. So for them to see you and then you going up to them, nobody wanted a picture with me. I was a photographer. I don't know.
Stop.
I didn't even ask if the pictures turned out right because I'm like the worst. Anyways,
They were great. They were great.
and all these little, and I think it was so emotional for us because you could feel like it was a really special energy.
And it was our first time meeting.
Yes.
I think this is, for me,
I
this was
can't-
a
was that our
pivotal
first
moment.
time?
Yes. This was, for me, very pivotal.
Oh my.
How did I find out about this? I was actually coming back from Fujairah.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
in a trip with my
away.
girls.
Yes.
And I was even telling her I might not be able to come, but I'll try my very, very, very best because it was going to be
I
a
remember
rush.
you told me that.
And then
yeah.
she said, oh, Abbie's going to be there and this. And I was like, oh, now I really have to try even
my
harder. I'm
God,
so
I
sorry. And for
know.
the kids, of course, you don't want to disappoint them. But I was like, I mean, I feel like this is the moment.
No, I
where
mean,
really,
we it's funny because even though we had never seen each other, we literally felt like we've known each other like forever. I
Lifetime.
mean, it's just something, a connection. Again,
Yeah.
no random.
I don't know. I felt also I could see through you a little bit of myself that I'm not able to relate to in my circle that much. And I think I've always searched for that kind of a circle. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I
Oh
don't
my
want to
God,
cry. I
that's
don't want to cry. I don't
so.
want to cry.
I totally get that. I
Do you know what I
completely
mean?
1000%.
It's not like, I know you said in a podcast before, like you're the kind of friend that'll be like to your friends, hello, let's do this and that, let's do
Always.
that. And I think I'm that friend as well. And bless my friends, they entertain
no,
it.
of course.
But they can only entertain it so much. Everybody at their own different time. But I feel like with you,
Yeah.
the level of over empathy that we have, the level
Yeah.
of how easy it is to cry,
Ugh.
the things we want to do. I see my a little bit of
A
myself
hundred
in you.
percent, and likewise as well,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. I think God really brings people into your life to help your journey, and you're was like you motivated like because I think okay. Let's. Do you remember like how
We
Hope? Like I remember you
I
messaged me.
do. I do.
Yes.
So for context, right?
Okay.
Going way back.
Yes.
Was this 2020 now?
Yeah.
So, and this is a story I always try to brush around because this is the part where really
Oh,
tears will. Let me get it in advance
oh,
for safety.
okay.
But I'll try my best not to. So, I was unemployed in 2020. I was just telling you, I was even
Hmm.
in a little bed space situation nearby. And I had a close friend, Ange, and I also was speaking to Gabby. Do you know Gabby? Yeah, she's
Yes.
one of your hope
Oh
givers.
my God, I love
So
Gabby.
twofolds. The message of
Okay.
Hope ML UAE
Oh
came
my
in twofold.
God.
And I was always also thinking, I can't remember from what age, but I also, because I was raised by a single mom, it's
Hmm.
always been a thought in my mind where I was like, just like you said, wow, imagine if my mom had a place she could turn to and ask for help, because you see her going through
Yeah,
things and it's hard, you
it's
know?
horrible.
Um, and then I remember that my friend um, just had given birth to her daughter and she was alone. And I tried to help as much as
Hmm.
I could. I could only do so much because
Yeah,
I didn't
I
really have a
remember
stable
that.
job.
Yeah.
And she told me that she managed to receive help from you guys. And I was like, oh my God, what's this group? They're doing such amazing things. That's so nice to hear that
Oh.
that exists. And then, what's it called? And then Gabby was actually a part of an initiative that
Mm-hmm.
was helping a lot of people who lost their jobs in Dubai. And she was my mentor to kind
Oh,
of coach me, to bring me, give
wow.
me hope that, you can find a job soon. You can at least, let's keep you distracted. Let's get you
Yeah,
meditating. She would talk to me,
yeah.
hype me up. And I think she also
She's a great
posted
hype girl,
about,
by the
she's an
way. The
amazing
best, the
hyper.
number one.
Love you,
If you have
Gabby.
Gabby in your life, you are blessed.
Love her. But I think she was posting about Hope ML UAE. So I'm like, oh my God, like
Oh
this is khalas, two signs now. And so that's when I looked you
my
guys up, and I think that's when I reached
God.
out to you, and I just thought, what can I do now? I don't have the funds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't have the time because I
Yeah.
have to hustle and make
Yeah,
sure I can
yeah.
pay my rent, send my mom money back home. It was a tough time for everybody. So I just thought, what can I do? I'll use my
I
social
know.
media. I think maybe that could add to something. So that, because I
Yes.
also always felt,
I
what good is
remember
all of
that.
this, posting my
Yes.
face and this and fashion and that, if you can't
Mm-hmm.
make a difference? It always felt a little bit shallow to me. And I think that goes with every facet of my life. I can't do things without there being a meaning to it, without it making a real change to
I
somebody,
totally get that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for being that beacon of hope for my friend who I've said in some interviews, passed away. I can't even remember the timeline now. Is it like over a year? I don't
Yeah.
really,
It's blurred.
it's blurred. I don't acknowledge it because it doesn't still feel real to me. But I'm just so glad that even in a blip of a moment, she had that community that she could turn to in the moments where I couldn't maybe be there or nobody else could be there for her here. So thank you.
Oh
Gosh,
man. Oh my God. How
failed the
what am I?
challenge,
What
failed the no
am
cry
I?
challenge.
You know what's so crazy when I hear stuff like that? It makes me like just feel because that was the beginning, right?
Yeah,
And honestly, I can't tell you the days I would cry every day and be like, God, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm in over my head. Like,
right.
this is not. I don't know what. I don't know. When I tell you, I had no plan.
So overwhelming, I
So
imagine.
overwhelming and not wanting to let. And you know how I feel about letting anyone down. Like,
Yeah.
I can't live with myself. Once someone's told me their story, so to know that, like, even in those moments of doubt, I'm so happy I didn't give up because there were so many days where I'd be like, Evelyn, should we just stop this? Like, let's just finish all these diapers. And then
Call it
we've
a
said
day.
that like 10,000 times the first 2.5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad that we didn't because it's stories like this that, it really makes me feel like, oh my God, it really had an impact on the fact that you just said that at least in this blimp of time, she felt seen.
Yeah.
That's the whole
It's a
part.
whole thing. It's a whole thing. And after that was, I think, in 2022. So this was now 2 years when
Yes.
Hope ML UAE started. I joined the first pageant, and then I think there was a big thing with pageants now where you had to have an
A
advocacy.
CSR thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like,
and I was like, okay, I can't fake this. It has
mm-hmm.
to be something that's very authentic to me.
Yeah,
And my
I
life
remember.
purpose,
Mm-hmm.
everybody and their moms who know me has always known. I never even had a dream for myself. My dream was always just to give back to my mom, you know?
Yeah.
And after I felt I was able to do that later down the line, 2022, I now had a job. It was great. It was awesome.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, things were coming. After that, I was like, now I want to give back to other moms. And then that's when all these signs were coming through from Hope ML UAE. And my friend, I was like, oh, it's time. And
Yeah.
she was still there to support me in 2022.
Oh.
Um, and I think that's when I reached out to you and I
Yeah.
said, can I in
I
some way be a part of
remember. I
this?
remember.
We didn't make it that time, but that's
Yeah.
fine. We
Yeah,
grow
yeah.
and we learn from that.
Yeah.
And then tried again when I didn't know I could try again
Mm-hmm.
because of the
Mm-hmm.
age limit. But
Yeah.
that opened up.
See?
And I think it opened up for far greater reasons
Oh,
than me being able to stand
100%.
on stage. It opened up because I think
100%.
God knew I couldn't keep going at the rate I was going if I wasn't doing anything that really,
Feeling
truly
your
fulfilled
soul.
me.
Yeah.
And it gave me the opportunity to be a voice for
And
Hope
such a
ML Bahrain
wonderful, yeah, such a and UAE and Hope ML
and
UAE, you
UAE.
are always supporting us. And I mean, I remember,
I try my
and
best.
you know what? Again, can I just tell you? And I swear to God, we can even call my sister now. You can ask her, like, say this is like the police or whatever, try to get the info. But the second part of that wish of like one day I'm going to open a center for my mom was one day I'm going to open a center in all of the Middle Eastern Asian
Oh,
countries. So even the Bahrain Hope, it's like, yes, anyone, like I think sometimes in this, that's how you know about intention. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because if the intention was just about Hope ML UAE and I just want no, 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 no. This is so much greater. Yes, you want to open Hope Bahrain, anything you need, I'm support. And I know it's not easy. And if you just have that one person be like, I believe in you, you can do this. Even if you've helped one family, do you know how amazing that
It's a big
is?
thing. And I was even nervous to ask you about that. At first, I was like, when I was thinking about starting my own Hope Amal
Yeah.
Bahrain, I was like, okay, like, do I name it after my mom since she's
Yeah.
one of the main reasons for this? But it just didn't feel right. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
align. Again,
Mm-hmm.
there was a clear answer, and I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like for all the work that you've done, you and
Oh.
Evelyn both combined, and all the stories I
Oh,
watch
you
all of it,
watch,
and I'm
yeah.
like, there's no way I have to give tribute to this because I want, if I'm talking about it, that it keeps on going like a
Yeah.
ripple effect and it comes back to Hope ML UAE, that where it all began,
Of
and it can inspire maybe
course.
somebody else.
That's my dream. Like,
Yeah.
I wish we can have a Hope KSA, a Hope Kuwait. My dream is always to obviously have a Hope Iraq because that's
Oh
where my mom
yes,
is from.
true,
I
true.
have this, can I tell you, you know how
Tell
they
me.
always say, like, if you visualize it, it comes? Because I never had this visualization ever in my life. So it's not like, but lately I just, I'm like, no, it can happen. Why can't it
Yeah.
happen? Like, to have my mom, like,
Reserve the Instagram account.
yeah,
Make space
oh my
for it.
God.
Yeah.
Girl, that's why I need you in my life
Do
because
it.
I should
Yeah.
definitely do it because, listen, the goal always has been and always will be to help as many people that need help. So if that is through Hope Bahrain, if you named it anything else, I mean, I was honored that you want to. It meant so much to me because it meant like, oh, you really believe. So
Yeah.
this, what we're doing is not like,
It's not for
it's
jokes.
not,
It's
yeah,
really
like you
not.
really
I,
see
I would
it.
feel so bad. Like my best friend even knows. Like when I had to ask you for resources, I'm like, man, I know she's busy. Like she's like a whole
No,
mom, and like I can't be asking her for, hey, can I have pictures and
no.
videos for my like silly little videos that
No,
I do to
no,
raise awareness?
absolutely. No, no. Listen, I just like, you know, I'm so proud of you because you really stay true to what you want. Like, that's what I'm trying to say is how you know again about the intention is because you never wavered from what initially was your heart goal. Look at all the things you went through, all this way you went back down this pageant up that,
Yeah,
and that's how you know like a marking of a great human being is when they get something they want and they still follow through on the thing that they need.
you have to. You have to, because in this world, especially in times like these,
You can usually use that, like, the minority that you got being in the pageant for your good to get things. And, I don't know, like, how it
yeah,
is. Like,
yeah,
you,
it
you could,
comes with it.
right?
That's great still.
But you
But
actually dedicate such a large time of it to like giving back and bringing awareness about different organizations and different groups and different things. And like, that's my thing. That's one thing that irks me so much, is like, what is the point of having such a huge following and not using it for good?
T, tell them, tell
What is the
them.
point? Like, I have 100 and I think I made like,
And it does a lot. And it
it's
does
like,
a
it
lot.
just,
Imagine.
of course it
Yeah.
does. We have some wonderful mom influencers that are Hope supporters, and honestly, God bless them. When they post about us, we get so much help and so much resources. Like, I don't even think they understand like how, again, the domino effect of it, right? Like, we'll get like strollers and clothes and diapers, and people like, oh my God, I never knew about you guys. So um if you are someone in that space and you have a huge following, try to support local causes that you care about. I
Correct.
mean, that's really what using your platform for good
It is.
means.
And trust me, I don't know, it'll give you a deeper meaning. And like
It
the
always
purpose,
does.
when they say purpose, if that comes with the agenda, not even an agenda, but
Yeah.
like the just being there for your community, because we
Yes.
all do need each other, it
Yes.
makes the world of a difference. I don't know
Of
what it
course.
is.
Can you imagine if every one of us just did one nice thing a day, just for somebody we don't even know, somebody down the street? And you know what? Look, there's a lot of people here that do need help, right?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe they're not visible. But ask around. And I always say, it doesn't even have to be Hope. Help Birthday Bliss. Choose an animal shelter. Choose a
Mm,
cause that is dear and near to you.
foster.
Foster anything. Just do something that revolves outside of yourself,
Correct.
you know?
Correct. Because then you won't be so consumed with yourself, and maybe then we'll have less.
It puts things in perspective.
Yeah.
What are we complaining about? We have everything we could ever need. We live in the best city in the world. We have everything at our disposal. I mean, you don't even have to leave your home. I mean, everything can come right to you. Most of us have an amazing group of friends and families that we've created here from our friends, loved ones. You'd be so surprised on like how many people do not have any of the things I just
Correct.
mentioned.
Would you even dare say the act of philanthropy or giving back is therapeutic?
1,000
100
zillion
million percent.
percent. One, it makes you have self awareness, and it makes you slowly chip away of your ego, because let's be honest, in the beginning you're doing it, you don't know whatever, and you had to really sit with yourself, like, why am I doing this? I'm constantly checking myself, girl. I'm like my worst critic. Like, I'm constantly, because I just want to make sure, like, why are you doing this? And then,
You don't want to lose sight.
right, and then in that journey you become a better person, and becoming a better person, you have peace. Like, there's just something so,
That's the word,
it,
peace.
it's, you know what it is, it's spiritual.
Yes.
Because the best way to describe it is that every day somebody prays, God answers their prayer by, I don't know, somehow leading them to hope. And then me and Evelyn and our volunteers and people who donate, whoever is in this process, we get to assist in the prayer being answered. Is there anything better in life than that?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Like,
Correct.
I don't even want, I swear to you, I swear to God, I don't even want, forget my prayers, just the fact. And then you think about it, you think like, how beautiful is that? Like, you see somebody in need, and then somehow she doesn't know, she's living in the middle of nowhere, finds out about you, and then now she's been praying to God, how am I gonna feed my kid? The formula is almost over, and then she gets a package with like 1 month supplies. So it's a very
It's a
beautiful,
surreal
yeah.
feeling.
It's
So to anybody
humbling.
going through any mental health issues, those would be maybe one of the things to
Of
consider.
course, it's something beautiful. It like, it regulates your nervous system,
So
right?
true.
And I'm sure like it gives you all of the good hormones, whatever those are,
Yeah.
And there's just, listen, there, I will die on the sword for this, okay? Nothing in this world will ever feel as good as helping others.
صح. Period.
I mean, I would love to debate anyone that thinks that there's anything, because I will
Period.
always win
Period.
that debate, because it's just, that's, again, it's something I can't even describe it, because it's like out of something from the
You're right.
heavens.
It literally is a spiritual
See?
feeling. You're right. Because attaining anything else that's material
Oh
or whatever
yeah.
else it is, I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to have a limitation.
Yeah.
With giving back, and tell me if I'm wrong, it just
Hmm.
feels like, khalas, this is it. Like, you can always do more. There's no limitation
Yes.
in the way you can expand and
And it's
help more.
different ways. It's different ways. That's the beautiful thing. It's not one method. Like for
Yes.
example, like one day, just I'm using examples. I'm not like bloating or like saying about my thing. But for example, like it's a hot day. You go to park your car. You're running into Carrefour. You see like 5 guys that wash the cars. I come out. I buy them a watermelon. You know what I mean? That's a nice a thing of like helping someone. The other day, a girl in my gym. I saw like she, from when she started and now, and she was leaving. I walked by. I said, "Hey, I want to let you know, like, you're doing amazing, girl. Like, I keep it up." And she was so happy. It took nothing, and I really meant
Nothing,
it,
yeah. Sometimes a smile.
Sometimes it's donating online. Sometimes it's making sure when the cream driver comes to your house, like, you give him,
Water.
like a water or like a nice in Ramadan or something like that. It's not one size fits all. So you find the way that you can. And again, it's not about grand or big money or big,
Correct.
even if you give a dirham, but it's about how you give it, the intention and sincerity of that giving,
Not because it's something that gives that is returned. Do you find that after you've done those little acts of
Mm-hmm.
kindness that
Mm-hmm.
something immediately happens? Like, have you had those
That's
moments
the
where you're like,
story of my
what?
life. Listen, I'm telling you that everything good that I have in my life or anything good that you see me do, this podcast included, the awareness for hope, the getting platforms to speak about it, even in my personal life. I mean, so many things that it's an energy, okay? And again, in spirituality and whatever religion or sort of path that you follow, it's an energy. So when you're having that good vibes and you're positive and you're putting that out, that is 1,000% gonna come to you. Like
Correct.
maybe not right away, where although it has,
It
but
has.
it will come back to you in the time that you need it. So you have two choices. You wake up every morning. You can either be that person like of a positivity and be happy and spread that, or you can be somebody who's like thinks the worst, because the thinking of the worst, it's endless, right? And draining. But thinking of positive, you're just gonna like, it's like you're a flashlight, and wherever you walk, you start brightening up like
It's
the
so true.
space.
Whatever you think becomes whatever
A
you think
hundred.
you are.
Listen, I want to write a book one day about this subject, about how helping people has helped me.
Hmm.
I am the best version I've ever been of myself. I'm calmer. I have more self awareness. I'm so much more forgiving. I'm so much more sensitive. I'm not only just things that maybe I only, sometimes everyone has like things that they care about, but extended about that. It's just made me such a person that I'm proud to be. Imagine, like, people always think like that the receiver is getting the help. It's actually the giver that's getting the help.
Also, yeah,
In all ways,
in all ways. And finally, I want to ask,
Mm-hmm.
for Abbie, for Hope ML UAE, or your life in
Mm-hmm.
general, what is the Burj for you, which is the dream that you're still building?
Oh my God. I honestly feel like I'm living in the dream, because I used to be like, God, please, can one day just people know about hope and like love it. I don't want just people to know about it. I want them to like understand it and love it. But the ultimate dream, okay, since I have a minute here, I might as well,
Go for it.
is to have a beautiful warehouse in Al Qus area, and it's gonna be like painted yellow with our
I love
sign,
how specific.
right?
Yes.
And then me and Evelyn are gonna have like our little sitting area there, and that's where I go every day. And then there's gonna be like a little play area for like the kids when they come with their parents, some food area, like so if they come hungry or they need something. It's kind of like a haven, for anyone that needs any kind of thing. And we have like drivers. So if someone's like, "Hi, ma'am, like I'm in Ajma," I'm like, "Don't worry, girl, I'm gonna get you this
Oh
stuff
my
this evening." You know what I
God.
mean? And like it gets there, and then like the ultimate dream is like somebody somewhere. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I don't know why. I just believe this is gonna
I
happen.
feel like it's gonna happen. I see
Girl, I didn't
myself there
even.
on the
Okay,
weekends.
but no, listen. I feel like one day, somehow, somewhere, I'm gonna be in the right. Someone is gonna hear about Hope, and that person, it's gonna resonate with them. Like God send them as like an angel, and they're gonna come to me and they're like, "Listen, I really believe in what you're doing, and let's get this. Like, let's make this even bigger, you know. And what do you need? And just to have that, and then to make Hope like." I just want everyone to know, every mom out there that is in need, I want her to know there is a safe space for you, a non judgmental place. We don't care about the how, when, this. Okay, we just care about the getting you the help
Yeah.
that you need. So
There is hope for you.
always, there's
Yeah.
always hope. I
I
mean, if
love
we
it.
didn't have hope, what would we have, girl?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And for anyone that's watching or listening to us, how
Well,
can they get involved with Hope ML UAE?
well, first of all, please follow us on our social media. I'm sure they'll put the link or the name somewhere.
Yes.
So please follow us. And then we're always in need of volunteers. We're always in need of diapers and formula. And honestly, we just need of awareness. And if you're looking for something, you know, to give back or to be a part of the community, to be part of something really special, I really encourage you to get, you know, in touch with me. Like I'm so, you know, I answer every single
She's
message,
active.
everything. And if not me, again, this is so important. It doesn't have to be Hope. It can be any single cause. There's so many. They're like the people who help all the stray animals,
Feed a labor.
the laborers, the you know other children, you know, organizations. There's so many out there, you know. So please get involved, because if all of us did our little part, the world would be such a better place.
It would.
You know,
Really would.
Mhm.
And now, for our final segment, we have the Mirror segment, a moment to reflect for my dear, lovely ladies.
Ooh.
So you will pick out of Aboud's head a past,
Okay.
present, or future. Whatever you get, you pick up our little mirror over there, and then you say a message to Abbie from whatever
Okay.
era. What did you get?
Present. Honestly, girl, I'm just so proud of you, because it hasn't been easy, but you are always true to yourself. You're always honest, and you always lead, like, whatever you do, it's always like intentional, okay? I don't know, like, can you believe I don't know, like, I just can't believe we are here talking about this, and I hope to God that no matter what happens in the future, you never forget, like, where it all started and the true meaning of why I do what I do, you know?
Aww, that's so sweet. I am shook that I'm the one that ended up crying. I'm actually proud of you.
Because you know what? My cry is not, you were crying like you were on a soap opera, okay?
Oh.
It was so beautiful, and you had your dad. If I cried, my eyes would have gone red,
Did you restrain
small, and like I
you
would have looked like a
restrain your heart
vampire.
out?
I was like, Abbie, like, my ugly cry is ugly cry. So I was like, girl, don't do it. Just
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
because
you.
I couldn't hold that about your mom.
From one crier to another, I'm
Girl.
actually genuinely proud of you.
I'm gonna go cry in the car after I leave.
But thank you, Abbie. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for
No.
taking the time out.
Girl, can
And-
I listen? I just want to say a
Ooh.
very, very important thing, okay? This is a great example, right? Ladies, girls, I'm sure this is demographic.
Yes,
And
yes.
guys, if you're out
The
there.
girly
okay?
pops.
Yeah.
The boys are welcome too.
Yeah, anybody. That this is genuinely what it looks like of girls supporting girls, okay? This is what it looks like. Like, this girl has helped me, like, I can't even, she hasn't even, she just said, like, this is our second time we ever saw each
Yeah.
other. So let this be a great, even if you don't want to get involved in anything outside, at least of how you interact with people. It's okay to, like, cheer for others and highlight the things that they're doing and be a supporter, because that support will always come back to you, even though you're not seeking that. But
Yeah.
this is, again, the core of hope, women helping women, you know?
So true. Oh, I love to end it on that note.
Girl,
Women
get me-
helping
oh.
women.